Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Thursday, the 20th of January. Robert Murray McShane has us reading Acts chapter 20 and Nehemiah chapter 10. And I was interested, there's a link between the two. In Acts, Paul has gone to Greece, and now he's heading back through Macedonia on his way ultimately to Jerusalem. And we're told that as he heads back in verse 5, he was accompanied by Sopater, son of Pyrrhus from Berea, Aristarchus and Secundus from Thessalonica, Gaius from Derbe, Timothy also, and Tychicus and Trophimus from the province of Asia. This group of people traveling with Paul, some of whom we meet again, people like Timothy. There's a whole 2 letters written to him, and we know quite a bit about him, but others that we know very, very little about. Likewise, in Nehemiah chapter 10, at the end of chapter 9, the people were writing essentially a covenant with God, and they were going to sign it. And we're told those who sealed it were Nehemiah, the governor, the son of Hakaliah, Zedekiah, Sariah, Azariah, Jeremiah, Pashur, and it carries on, a long list of names. And for 27 verses, we have this list of names, one or two of whom we're aware of and we know something about, like Nehemiah. The vast majority we know nothing about. They're just names. And then it ends up in verse 28, the rest of the people. So there are a whole lot of other people that were involved whose names aren't listed. And for me, there were 2 things that came out of this. The one is just the notion that the Bible stories are stories that happen in real life with real people in real history. And we don't know who they are, but their names are there. There were people, ordinary people, involved in the story that unfolds. And that's encouraging. And as life continues, and as we continue today, the story of the church unfolds with real people in real life, people like you and I, people who are not going to be the Pauls and the Nehemiahs whose names are mentioned and who go down in history as these great drivers of change and establishers of the kingdom of God. We're going to be the also listed, or possibly in my case, and sort of probably even the rest of the people. I will be amongst the rest of the people. But nonetheless, we are still part of the people. And even though from the world's perspective, we might be of no consequence, we are the rest of the people, and we are part of God's plan, and God is working in us and through us. And God knows exactly what's going on with us, and He knows exactly how we fit into His plan. And each one of us are an important part of that plan that He is working out as year succeeds to year and as day succeeds to day. So be encouraged today that you are part of the plan, and that God knows you and He knows where you are and what you're doing. We might not be listed in any kind of list. We might never be mentioned in history. We'll be one of those people, as the funeral service has it, the wind blows over it and it is gone, and its place knows it no more. That's how the vast majority of our lives go. We live, we die, we move on, and the place knows us no more, but God does. And so for me, that is a great encouragement. So be encouraged to walk with God, to reflect God, to do what God calls us to do day by day. And we are part of His plan, a plan being worked out in history with ordinary people, people like you and me. And we are blessed.